Hello and welcome to another video from Midas Touch Toys, Games, Collectibles. And today, well, we're looking at something that's now quite old, is incredibly collectible and becoming increasingly more difficult to find, especially in this mint unopened condition. We are looking at the 2000 release by Corgi from their Corgi Classic TV tie-in cult television series, model vehicles with white metal figures. And this particular one we're looking at today is of the new Avengers Jaguar XJS as used and seen in the TV series The New Avengers, and driven by Mike Gambit, who is aka Gareth Hunt. Now, The New Avengers is or was a secret agent action television series. It was produced during 1976 and 1977, and it was a sequel to the 1960s series The Avengers, and was developed by original series producers Albert Fennell and Brian Clemens. Now, the series was produced by the Avengers Film and TV Enterprise Limited for the ITV network, and it cost £125,000 per episode and it was produced at Pinewood Studios, and it was aired in over 120 countries. Now, a joint UK, France and Canada production, the series picks up the adventures of John Steed, who again is played by Patrick Macnee, who was in the original Avengers. Now, he and his team of New Avengers fight evil plots and world domination. Whereas in the original series, Steed had almost always been partnered with a woman, in the new series he had two partners, Mike Gambit, aka or played by Gareth Hunt, late Gareth Hunt, who was a top agent, crack marksman and a trained martial artist, and Purdy, aka Joanna Lumley, who was a former trainee with the Royal Ballet Company, to which she ascribed the high kicking skills she frequently used in the series, and was an amalgam of many of the best talents from Steed's female partners in the Avengers, so like Emma Peel and Kathy Gale, who were the most noticeable or the most remembered of his lady sidekicks in the original 1960s Avengers TV series. Now, in the original series, John Steed was pretty much his own boss, acting without a direct supervisor, if you like. And it is carried on in the New Avengers. In many ways, his character takes on the duties of mother from the final season of the Avengers, from the 1960s, and that was when Tara King was his sidekick. Now, Steed mentors Mike Gambit and Purdy, and he takes more of an fatherly figure role towards them, especially in the episode Hostage. Now, Mike Gambit, he is the athletic action hero, while Purdy incorporates the wit and fighting skills of her predecessors. A lot of great verbal interplay between Gambit and Purdy, where she really comically keeps his romantic advances towards her at bay, just as Steed did with Kathy Gale, or Kathy Gale did with Steed back in the original series. Now, the main reason Steed had a male partner in this particular series was because Patrick Macnee, who was obviously playing the part, he was now 53 years old, and he couldn't handle a lot of the potential stunt work and action scenes that he had done in the original TV series because of his age. So the role of Mike Gambit was really to fulfill the role that Steed did do all by himself back in the original Avengers. There was 2 seasons produced of the New Avengers, a total of 26 episodes, and each of the episodes ran for about 50 minutes. and it aired from the 22nd of October 1976, and the final episode aired on the 17th of December 1977, when the series was not renewed for a third season. Anyway, let's not digress anymore. Let's have a look at this particular model, which is what we were interested in today. Now, this is a box that it comes in, and it says, from the cult 70s TV series, The New Avengers, and it contains a detailed scale model and hand-painted white metal figure for the adult collector. And there you can see an image of Steed with Purdy and Mike Gambit. Behind the window, you can see the vehicle, which is Gambit's Jaguar XJS, and at the bottom left hand corner you've got the Corgi logo and the Corgi writing, and just behind the window is that metal image, or metal figure I should say, of Mike Gambit. Okay, that's the front of the box. Let's turn the box around now and see what we've got printed on the back. Okay, so I'll turn the box around. This is what it says on the back. So again, you've got that New Avengers logo, and it says New Avengers. The New Avengers, first broadcast in October 1976, returned McNee as suave secret agent John Steed, now ably assisted by Joanna Lumley as the lovely but lethal Purdy, and Gareth Hunt as handsome martial arts expert Mike Gambit. Although the pacier, more action-orientated format disquieted some older fans, the show retained many of its ancestor qualities. Sadly, financial difficulties led to the programme's demise after just 26 episodes. Although it will never supplant the original, the New Avengers' popularity increases with each rerun. Cars had always played an important role in the series, and in keeping with its very English flavour, the New Avengers opted to use British Leyland vehicles. Amongst those was Gambit's stylish Jaguar XJS sports car, almost a star of the show in its own right, appearing in 7 episodes and becoming an essential element of the programme's enduring appeal. And there you've got that image of Steed, Purdy and Gambit again, and you've got the Corgi logo again on the bottom left-hand corner. Okay, let's have a look at the end. What does it say on the end? So it says the New Avengers, Corgi Originals, and it's item number 57405, and it's Gambit's Jaguar XJS, and again the Corgi logo, and I'm pretty certain we got the same on the other ends. Yes, we have. The New Avengers, Corgi Originals, 57405, Gambit's Jaguar XJS, and the Corgi logo. And on the bottom it says not suitable for children under 14 years of age. Some models may contain fine detailed parts or edges. Made in China, 2000, Corgi Classics Limited, Leicester. Please visit the Corgi website, and you've got the barcode and so on. Okay, that is the item in the box. I think what I'd like to do is I'm going to open the box. I'm going to take the model out. Now, whether we can actually take it off the plinth or not, I don't know. We'll have a look once it's out of the box. Okay, so I've removed the model and the figure from the box, and this is what we got. So we got the Mike Gambit figure. I'm just going to move that back a second. So there we have the Mike Gambit figure. Oh, that comes off of there. So that's the little plinth that he's standing on, which is outside of the house. Now, I don't know, this is all taped up, so I can't actually open it and take him off. But if we just zoom in, you can see, I mean, it's not a particularly great facial image of Gareth Hunt as Mike Gambit, but you can tell it's Mike Gambit by the clothes he's wearing and the suave sophisticatedness of the hero, the action hero. It's not a particular huge figure, so we're looking at about 2 inches, which equates to about 5 centimeters in height, and if you measure across the base, we're looking at about 3 centimeters, and width wise is only about 1 centimeter. Oops, so you can't see that. It is only about 1 centimeter wide, so it's not a particularly big figure, quite a small figure. And there's the back of him where he's holding his jacket over his shoulders, dressed in his waistcoat, his shirt and his beige trousers. But it's a nice little touch to add to the model. Now, this is a model of the XJS. Now, oh, it's the clip. So I wonder if I can actually remove this from the box. It's only the clips, and usually you can. So I'm just going to try and do this off camera and take it off of the plinth. Okay, so I did manage to remove it from the plinth, but you can see it's still got this band wrapped around it which holds the doors in place, because the doors do open. I don't want to break that band, but you can see that the doors open, the two front doors open on either side. There you can see, but I'm not going to open them all the way because I don't want to break that band. But at the bottom there, you can see it's got the Corgi logo, Jaguar XJS on the bottom there, and it really is a lovely model. It's full die-cast metal. It's got the plastic bumper at the front, and the lights, and the plastic bumper at the rear, with the number plate as well, and the plastic lights. Obviously the screens are plastic. And the wheels are hard plastic, but it's very, very detailed and does look absolutely fantastic. So you've got the opening of the doors and the free rolling wheels. I don't know if the boot opens. Don't think it does. No, it doesn't. And does the bonnet open? No, it doesn't. So that's the only functionality on it, is the opening front doors and the free rolling wheels. But you can see, you can just see inside there, you can see you've got the black seats. Now I imagine the black seats will move forward. I can't actually put my finger in there to... Oh no, actually they don't appear to move forward. I could be wrong, but I don't want to break that band in trying. But you can see the steering wheel and the dashboard through the window there, as the windows are down on the model. So a nice size model. We are looking at a total size of 13.5 centimeters. Let's just zoom out a little bit so you can see the whole thing I'm measuring. 13.5 centimeters in length. Let's measure across the widest part of the body, and we're at 5 centimeters. And if you measure from the bottom of the wheel to the top of the roof, you're looking at about 3.5 centimeters. So that gives you an idea of the model, and it is that classic Jag XJS design with the long bonnet, and it does look absolutely fantastic, as does the Mike Gambit figure that would go with it. So a nice little display. I mean, if I had it on my display, I would probably keep it on the display area. I would take him out of the plastic and just pop him onto that display there, and I would keep them displayed pretty much together, more or less, just like that. I've got a few in my collection, and that's exactly how I have displayed them. Okay, now, how well did this do back in 2000, I hear you ask? Well, yeah, I mean, they were limited runs again, as we all know, and they were produced solely for the adult collector, and they were all based on classic television series. So there was quite a number produced by Corgi for different TV series with the white metal figures, and they all done, well, exceptionally well. I say exceptionally well. I don't know the numbers that were produced, but what I can tell you is I do remember seeing them on the shops back in 2000, in the model shops, mainly in the model shops, which is where most of these were probably sold, more for the specialist shops rather than the average toy shop, because they were for adults rather than for kids. But I do remember seeing them in the shops, and they were there for probably not a very long time in actual fact. We used to go down to the shops once a week, and I always used to go in and have a look and see what was there. Take my young kids with me at the time. They liked going in and looking at the toys and the models and the model vehicles. So I do remember them being on the shelf, but as I say, I don't think they were on the shelf for that long. It might have been a couple of months, and they were all gone. So I think the numbers that were produced made them quite popular, limited runs. So yes, they did, I think, exceptionally well. The whole range did exceptionally well. Okay, let's move forward 25 years to 2025, which is where we are today. Now, do these models come up for sale very often on the platforms? And the answer to that is no, not very often. They do appear from time to time, and if you're patient enough, you will find one on the platform. I think I did go back a few years looking for this particular model, and I only found one other that was on a platform which sold about a year ago. Other than that, I didn't see any others of these. I did find one other of the Steed's Bentley with the Steed figure, but that was it really. I didn't see any others from the new Avengers range. Tell a lie now, was it Steed's Bentley or was it Steed's Range Rover? I can't remember which one I saw now, but anyway, I know there was 3, maybe 4 in this series from the new Avengers, but as I say, apart from this one and the Steed ones, I can't remember if it was a Bentley or the Range Rover. I think it was the Bentley, but anyway, that's all that I found. So they don't come up for sale very often on the platforms, and when they do sell relatively quickly. So if you are looking to buy on a platform and you do find one like this in mint condition, sealed in the box, then I suggest you buy it quickly, because they don't stay around for very long, which is hardly surprising because of the collectability of these particular model range. So don't get me wrong, you can find these loose that have been displayed or have been played with even. So you do see a few of them from time to time come up loose on the platforms, but again, not as many as what you would have expected to see. So I think it all goes down to the fact of the numbers that were produced in the first place. So to summarise, yes, they do come out on the platforms occasionally. And if you do see them on platforms, I would suggest that you, if it's something that you want, that you don't hang around and you do buy them, because they don't stay for sale very long. And also, usual thing, be careful ordering a platform, because somebody's idea of very good condition could be somebody else's idea of acceptable condition. Big scope of difference there between people's opinions. So read the description, look at the images, so you're not disappointed when the item arrives. And don't forget, some of the platforms use stock images and stock photographs. So if it doesn't say new on the page and it says used, click that used link and read what it says. Because if they don't have new, they automatically go to the cheapest used item. And that may not be what you think you are ordering. Stupid really, but that's how some of the platforms work. Not the fault of the seller and not the fault of the buyer. It's just the platforms, just stupid design. But anyway, so do be careful to save and avoid any arguments or disappointment afterwards. Or instead of going through all that rigmarole, you can come straight to us at Midas Touch Toys, Games and Collectibles, where what you see in front of you is exactly the item you will receive should you wish to purchase it. You can't order something that is not looking at that you're not looking at. So if we have different conditions, they are kept in the different product numbers, so it'd be impossible for you to order something that you don't think you're ordering. And at this particular item, as of today, it is available to purchase on the Midas Touch website, which you can get to very simply by clicking the link below. It will take you straight to the website, where you'll be able to find this and many other vintage Corgi classic items, and many other vintage toys, games and collectibles come to that. There's over 10,000 products currently available on the website for you to view and purchase at your leisure. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button, because we're uploading videos for every new item that goes into the website. There will be something for everybody, and I'm absolutely positive this is something that you're not going to want to miss, because we literally have thousands and thousands of new items which we're shooting videos for and uploading on a daily basis. So if there is something in particular you're looking for, something old that you've never been able to find, something quirky that you might want to buy for a friend, or perhaps just something from your childhood that you'd like to own again to help you recuperate those long lost childhood memories, well, stay tuned, keep watching, because you never know the next item we upload could be that item you've been looking for. Okay, that is it for me on this particular item. I do hope you've enjoyed reviewing this wonderful vintage new Avengers Gambit's XJS Jag and white metal figure with me. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you again next video. So bye for now.